What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And I did not see this coming. I have to be honest with you. Um, we broke the story a few months back dealing with BYD being spotted at all these Stellantis facilities, being spotted at CTC and basically Chrysler headquarters. And they kind of got exposed on that. Had to back out of that deal. Carlos Tavares later at the French Auto Show, while they denied everything, later admitted that yes, these Chinese companies were actively trying to purchase brands from Stellantis. And now we have a deal in principle, it looks like, from Stellantis to not BYD. Nope. Not Geely. Not companies you would think would have the capital and the ability to do it. CHERY. Yeah. CHERY. You can look them up. The CEO. Now, only reason why I know, I don't know who the CEO is at all. My sources saw this CEO and some of their staff at CTC today, right now, today. And the CEO's name is Yin Tongyu, Tongyue. That is CHERY's CEO. So evidently he was there today. Now there was other reports, which I can't confirm, that John Elkann was also around, which would make sense if we're talking about a deal to, basically sell off some of the brands. But evidently, CHERY is not just interested in Maserati, they also want Chrysler. And it would explain so much to me on what I've seen in the movement of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, right, within Stellantis. I mean, look, let's just do some basic math here, guys. This is not difficult. Everybody that's in charge of the other brands, Ram, you got Tim Kuniskis, you got Matt McClure at Dodge, and you got Bob over at Jeep. All of those people are in that Tim Kuniskis orbit, okay? Who's the one person that's not? Chrysler. They canceled models that they were talking about bringing out, or that were in development, okay? Code names or these smaller electric SUVs or gas SUVs that they were going to build are now being moved to Dodge and Ram with the new trademark names that we've talked about previously. They're going to sell Chrysler. I have no doubt in my mind. And it's not because CHERY wants the brand. You could call it, they could buy Pontiac. It doesn't matter. CHERY just wants access to the United States and not pay tariffs. Now, the thing with this is, I don't know how that's going to work with the UAW and the contract for Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, right, with Stellantis. I'm assuming that if they take over any plant that has anything to do with Chrysler, that they would have to be UAW represented employees. That would be my guess. But I mean, I look at it now, what's being built for Chrysler in the United States? Zero. It's the only brand. They're being built in Canada, right? And that's the minivan. As far as I know, we don't build any minivans here in the U.S. They're all built at Windsor, right? At Windsor. So I feel like CHERY's going to try to buy Chrysler, open a plant probably in the United States, and it won't be UAW represented. I don't know. Maybe the UAW can push with Stellantis to make sure that any Chrysler plant that would open in the United States would be UAW represented. But it explains a lot of different things. There's a lot of rumblings going on at Windsor right now, where the Dodge Charger EV and gas versions are built currently, as well as the Chrysler Pacifica, the minivan, okay? And people that work there are starting to get worried. Managers, and they have their own union, so to speak, there. It's not UAW, it's their own thing in Canada. But they're starting to get worried. They're starting to go, we might be without a job here in the next 2 to 3 months. Because here's a newsflash. If Chrysler sells to CHERY, they're not going to build those in Canada. The minivan will probably be moved to Dodge with the Charger, and they will get moved to the United States, to Belvedere or somewhere else. And that Charger will get built. And we've already known that they held off on the BEV, the electric Ram truck, but they did tool up for that at Sterling Heights Assembly. I don't know how much retooling they'd have to do to be able to build the Charger there, but I think they're going to end up doing that. This is crazy in the terms that you've had Frank B. Rhodes, who supposedly has investment, willing to buy this. Now, here's the wild card in all this. Is the Trump administration going to allow Stellantis to sell Chrysler to a Chinese company? They might. Here's the thing for President Trump. He wants U.S. manufacturing and U.S. jobs. Now, while he's doing a lot of things that have benefited the UAW in terms of forcing people to move manufacturing here to the U.S., Honda, BMW, Audi, Volkswagen, Stellantis, where they're moving more manufacturing here to the United States, moving the Hemi engines back to the United States, there's also side effects of that, in that President Trump doesn't really care if they're union represented employees or not union. And I'm pretty sure, even though his labor secretary is very pro-union, that he doesn't give a rat's ass if they're UAW represented or not. But if this Chinese company says, hey, we're going to put $200 billion of investment into somewhere in Indiana or somewhere in Kansas or somewhere, anywhere in the United States, and they're going to be American-built cars with the Chrysler label, I think Trump allows it. I think he lets it happen. And that's absolutely crazy to me. And I just can't see a thing where Dodge and Chrysler are not the same anymore. But it could happen. Now, I did ask my sources, I've been asking for clarification if Dodge could be part of that package. We know that Ram and Jeep are where the money is really made for Stellantis. They really don't care about Dodge. Now, people like me, I care about Dodge, right? That's the brand that I care the most about. I don't think Dodge would get packaged together with Chrysler, but I could be wrong. I mean, it all comes down to money. Stellantis is bleeding cash right now. We could seriously be talking about this company being bankrupt or on the verge of bankruptcy before the end of 2025 if things don't turn around. Would I buy a CHERY-built Chrysler? I don't think so. But I guess we have to see what happens. But this is some breaking news. I wanted to bring it to you because I can't believe what's being said. And I'm not the only one. I'm sure you're going to see other people that talk about this because there's pictures, like the dude, the CEO there at CHERY and other people from their executive staff were seen at CTC today. And it wasn't just my executive sources. I was getting emails from regular employees. So, yeah, it don't look good for Chrysler. And this sucks. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Go check out the new website, tksgarage.com. We got the merch there. If you ever can't find a video that's on the channel because, you know, it gets shadow banned or whatever, you can find it on the website. It will pop right up, as well as Instagram and all the other social media stuff we'll be doing. But anyways, till next time, thank you guys very much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And as always, stay petty, my friends.